Thank you for tuning in to All About the Girls, the podcast. We're your host, me, Jenny Craig Brown, interviews incredible women to learn what powers them, what inspires them, and how they make our world a better place. Let's get to it. Welcome, everybody, to another awesome episode of All About the Girls, the podcast. Yeah. I have this lovely woman, Jessica Hubbard, who is the Director of Marketing at Northwest Indiana ER and Hospital.
Yes.
Long title, fancy title. We'll learn more later. So thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. We were just chatting a little bit. Great to have you. I didn't meet you at NWER. That's a little bit newer, right. Correct?
I've been there going on like 6 weeks.
Okay.
So it's very new.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll learn more about them along the route too. But let's kind of dive right in. I want to go backwards a little while. Okay. So I always love to ask folks, just tell me a little bit about like how you got to be you. So tell me a little bit about your upbringing, who you are, where you came from.
So born and raised in Crown Point.
Okay.
I've been there my entire life. Went to school in Crown Point and then went to Purdue in Hammond.
Okay.
Had quite a tough go there. I was in business because I thought that's what I wanted to do.
Of course.
Ended up failing and flunked out of college.
Okay.
Grandparents passed away and left us some inheritance, which was for school. So
okay.
It was kind of this point of, do I go back or do I just kind of figure out next steps? Well, I reached back out to Purdue and went back. I needed 3 semesters. So at that point, they didn't have a marketing degree.
Okay.
Back in the day, I mean, social media wasn't even a thing if we're going to age ourselves.
I feel you.
Yes. Went back, needed 3 semesters, graduated with honors, and...
What an interesting difference. What do you think that was? Just like maturity? You just weren't ready? It wasn't the right classes? You weren't learning the right stuff?
It wasn't the right classes.
This was more in tune to you.
Yeah, I don't do math, and... the counselor was like, here, this is the next things. And it was like econ, stats, geometry, algebra.
Like, this is not the business world I want to be in.
It's not. So took that. And then as the marketing side developed, that's where I kind of found my niche.
I could totally see that in you. Like, that's who you are as a person.
It is.
You're outward facing, you're talkative, you're kind. Like, you're the outward person. Yeah. So, like, the marketing makes so much sense.
Yeah. So it really did kind of just mold me into what I wanted to do. And growing up with my grandparents, I mean, they were a huge influence, and they were business owners, so kind of being around that. Like, we could never not go somewhere where they didn't know somebody, and that's now followed into who I am.
Okay.
My daughter absolutely hates.
Now, is that, I've seen only a little bit of that. Is that the Hubbard family, or is it a different side?
It's a different, my mom's side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the last name? Do we know?
Geisen.
Oh, of course we know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
now I get it. So interesting. Yeah. And now your daughter, did you like it? When you were a kid?
I don't think I really knew. I think it was just like...
Like, looking back, you see it now, but you didn't in the moment.
Yeah.
And your daughter doesn't like it?
No. Because a quick 5-minute trip to the store is now like
She like rolls her eyes. Mom, how do you know everyone?
Yeah.
So Geisen is the family. Mm-hmm. Daughter, she's not loving it. So I guess let's dive into that. You have a daughter.
I do.
Just one?
Yes.
How old is she?
She's 15.
Okay.
Sophomore at Crown Point.
Oh, good.
We're learning driving. She went driving for the first time.
How's that?
She went driving with my brother last week. So
okay. Good. You didn't even have to do it.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
I've seen some friends with kids do that, and I am telling you, just no is the answer. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, my niece has done it. She's 18 now, and my sister was equally having a heart attack a little bit, and she's calm, and she was being calm, but you could see she was a little rattled, and I was like, well, my husband can help. Like, I'm doing nothing. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah. So my brother took her, and she didn't go over 12 miles an hour, which is fine.
Great way to start.
Okay. And she learned how to park and reverse and do all
she's showing some restraint. She's just not going to be like gas it person.
Yeah. So which is fine.
We're in. Does she play sports and such?
No. She's
girly girl?
Social butterfly.
So like you, I would assume. So she's like you.
She's getting there. She's getting there. Yeah.
She still hates that mom knows everyone, but she'll probably love it later.
I hope so. I don't know. She wants to do forensics, and I don't know that
fun.
is very much a
public job.
Yeah. So we'll see.
It's interesting how many young people want to go into forensics, and almost none of them ever do.
I know.
Or they start school, but they figure out something else.
We'll see.
Yeah. She's young.
We'll see.
She won't know in 6 months or a year or 2 years. I mean, we know that.
By the time she gets into college,
yeah.
what's it going to be?
That's exactly. Fine. It'll change quite a bit.
I agree.
So you've got a daughter. You live in Crown Point.
Yep.
And, you are that outward facing person. Tell me just, and maybe you don't know the answer, what made you that way? Is it something you've always been? Are there people in your lives that have brought that out a little bit more? Like, how are you so outward facing, sunshiny, happy person? That's hard for some people.
It is. I think I've kind of, over the years, I've been, I don't want to say sheltered, but we'll use that word. I didn't have a very good connection with a lot of people. So I think if I can just brighten someone's day by being just cheery and bubbly and whatever, then I'm going to do it. And then I just kind of see how that just leads into all the other things, like leads into relationships, it leads into friendships, or business partnerships, or however that can tie in together.
It can go everywhere,
It can go anywhere. But I mean, just knowing that I can maybe put a smile on someone's face just by doing something incredibly dumb, or just
or
something
overly
happy.
kind or nice or funny or whatever it is.
I think I was just for so long trying to feel that myself because I wasn't getting it.
Okay.
I can feed that.
There's so much negativity, so then you see those people and you don't want to be that. You don't want to get that from other people, so you don't want to give it. And do you think that's been you all along? Or has that been brought out more via this career, the Crossroads Chamber, you worked there previously? Like, is it more of that stuff, or is it more your personality?
I think it's just personality.
Okay.
I don't know, though. I don't know. It's just kind of one day I woke up and it was like, this is what we're going to do.
I'm just going to be this person.
I'm just going to be great.
I think one thing I have been trying to instill in myself more is just to, lack of a better term, like care less. Because if you take everything so serious, and I don't want to I don't give a crap about anything, but I also want to really just okay, why are we, I literally was yelling at my computer earlier, who doesn't have zucchini? What? I'm yelling at the Instacart person who's doing my grocery shopping. First off, first world problem. Second off, are we really going to yell about zucchini?
Right.
And I just laughed it off. I was like, you're so dumb, Jenny, move on. But I want to work away from those
Patience,
little
right?
annoyances and then be that happy person that just does a sidekick walking into the restaurant and not care or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's things that you can control, and you can't control that there's no zucchini, right?
Right. Yeah.
So why would you let that frustrate you? It's
just enjoy life a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And I think when you surround yourself with those people, that happens more.
Yeah, which is what I've really focused on maybe the last 3 or 4 years of my life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And cognizant decision, I'm just going to surround myself with better people?
I've had some things happen in my life where it was kind of I didn't want to live that negative life, and if that's how people view me, because that's how a lot of people did, I was angry or I was bitter. I just, I would be
not in a good space.
I would be so mad that there's no, I would take that out on the Instacart person. Why? I was not in a good space.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things that kind of shifted within me. Is this who I want my daughter to look at? Do I want her to be an angry person going forward? We're molding her into this. I mean, she's a teenager.
Which is such a big time. And we see from little kids who come and say the curse words Dad just said to teens, they absorb everything you do, say, and act, everything. So changing that's really smart because that's going to be really effective later.
Right. So if I can just be that positive.
And it seems like you already see some of that in her.
I hope so. It depends. She's a teenager.
She's a teenager.
And she's a girl.
Some days
and
I want to throw her outside and tell her to get her own, but
most days
you can't, and it'll be okay. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Interesting. Yeah. So I mentioned earlier, you also, we met through Crossroads Chamber. You were there for a year or two?
No,
not even
7 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seemed like you were a great fit.
Thanks.
I think same thing, personality-wise, all those things. I think it was just you found this great spot with Northwest Indiana ER that seemed just a perfect spot. But I think working at the chamber, for me, as soon as I met you, I was like, well, this spot is perfect for her. Because you were the event girl, right? You handled, planned, did all of the events for the chamber, correct?
Yeah, I did.
That's cool though, right?
It was fun. Before that, we'll kind of dive, because I didn't know you then. I worked at Chick-fil-A for 5 years. So I was the director of sales and brand growth. So community involvement was my thing.
Same.
So it's kind of where I learned my niche.
Yeah, okay. So that was kind of that first community side spot?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it really kind of opened me up to be more community oriented. Not necessarily this is where the personality came out, but I think it really opened up a lot more of me being.
You already had that, but then that community side was built in.
Yeah. So then just the chamber had this opportunity.
Yeah.
Ran with it, and then Northwest Indiana ER. Here we are.
I love it. Well, they seem like a great team. We've worked with Northwest Indiana ER and Hospital since they opened.
Yeah.
And similarly, I worked with the Chamber for many, many years as well. They were opened long before us, so I can't say the same. But Deanne's fantastic as well. So you've gotten a cool history.
Yeah.
I don't know a ton about Chick-fil-A, but it seems like that was a good kind of dive into what you want to do.
Right.
Probably Chamber honed it in more, and now how do you feel with ER? Is it honing it in even more? Is it a mixture of that plus a ton of new stuff? Like, what have you learned so far that you love? Are there things you're scared of? Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm not scared of it. I think it was just, this is more of a better fit for me. Before I was at Chick-fil-A, I was in healthcare for, like, my first job was at a doctor's office. So I was in healthcare all the way up until I was at Chick-fil-A. So
Like admin within a doctor's office?
I was doing marketing for
marketing within.
a specialist for 14 years. So through college and then after and up until 2018 when I went to Chick-fil-A. So being back in healthcare, it was kind of like, this is where I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
But I needed that, I think I just needed that variety, I think, from Chick-fil-A to have that. And then with the events and stuff at the Chamber. Just,
that mix probably makes it perfect for what you're doing now, perfect for you, great history, great kind of, it's preparation almost for what you're doing.
Yeah. So it's been so humbling to kind of just feel so welcome at a place.
Yeah.
So it's been really good.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
So let's talk we talk a lot about women in our lives. We always dive into that subject pretty deep. You already mentioned your daughter, so I love that she's in your life and she seems to be someone that's probably close to you, that she looks up to you. Tell me about those women that you look up to. Who are those people that either have positively affected you or impacted you through the years?
I may cry about this, but
we're okay with tears.
I know I said, like, my grandparents were a huge influence in my life. My parents were very young when I was born. They were teen parents, so that was obviously a struggle back in the 80s.
Yep.
But my grandparents were a huge part of my life. So when my grandpa passed, it was tough, but I was always closer to my grandma.
Okay.
And when she died, it was...
That was a hard
I mean,
one.
I still, like...
Miss her.
It sucks. Yeah. But my aunt is still here, and she's probably one of the kindest people you will ever meet in your life.
Okay, so another really big positive impact.
Yeah, so she was always with my sister and myself, and it was, usually the four of us. So my sister, myself, my grandma, and my aunt. So we did a lot of things together. Yeah. So, and I've kind of seen that in how my aunt is too. She was a teacher. So you can only imagine, like, she's just...
that outward-facing, kind,
Yep, she's incredible. She retired a couple years ago, but people still are like...
And did she teach in Crown Point? Mm-hmm. What's her name? Somebody's going to know her.
Oh, yeah, Mrs. Maglish.
Okay, I'm excited.
Yes.
Everyone shout her out. Tell us how you know her. That's going to be really cool.
She's going to hate me for saying that. But she's always been, like, a positive role model to me, and now moving forward for my daughter and, like, my sisters, my sister and then her kids.
Yeah. So I love that you guys have someone like that, an immediate family, or I guess extended a little bit, but that's so close to you, and not everybody can have that. If it's not your parents, then who can it be?
Right.
And that's really cool that you've got that too.
Yeah. Not to say that my parents aren't here, but, like, I was never really close with them. And that's, it stings, but...
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
Yep.
Here we are, and...
Yeah, but you've got these other great people in your life, too, that are, you're closer with, and they can be a stronger connection. They're not bad people. It's just, those are the people you gravitate to.
Right.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love having those people in your life.
I do, too. And I'm very thankful for that, so...
Good.
Yeah,
and anybody along your line in your career that has really kind of impacted you?
Sadly, no.
Plenty of great women are along the way. I think, like, your DON at Indiana ER is a woman, correct?
Mm-mm.
No? Oh, I thought she was. I thought they were.
No, there's 5 physicians. They're all males.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
That's okay. We like them anyway.
Yeah.
But we were hoping
they are
for
great.
some ladies.
No.
And Deanne's fantastic. And there's lots of great women in there, but no one that had that really heavy...
I never really had that, like, mentor person that can, like, guide me.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know, and I think I've just grown up being more independent, and I didn't need the mentor.
Of course. No one did when we were, 18 to 27.
Right. I wish I did, just to bounce ideas off of or just have a conversation with, but going into that, like, I do a lot of stuff with Purdue now through the hospitality and sales department. So maybe that mentoring for me can go to these students. I know things have
I
shifted
think
a
a
whole
lovely
lot.
way to flip it is then how can I do that since I didn't have that?
Right.
Because I think I feel very kind of similar to you where I didn't have, like me and my parents are great. Like they're great people, love them to pieces, but I'm just not that close with my mom. Love her to pieces, same thing. We're just not that close, nothing bad.
Yeah.
I had an aunt similarly that I was very close with. She passed away, but she was just like my favorite human in the world.
Right.
So I took a lot from her. I have another aunt still around now that I just love her to pieces and took a lot from her too. So I think, we kind of found those people. Mentor-wise, I didn't really find that until Chris, the owner here. But same thing, I've never really had a huge women impact. I've got some really close friends, kind of that peer-to-peer mentorship. But same thing.
Yeah.
And not with my family, not growing up. Now, I met Chris when I was 30, and him and Natalie, his wife, have just really been kind of integral in my growing up. If you think about from 30 to 40, what happens?
A lot
turning
happens.
40.
But it does happen.
Yeah, you're right. It does happen. I just turned 40, and you look back 10 years, and you're like, that was 10 years ago. Like 10?
Right.
That's so long. And you're like, well, I've done that 4 times. So I guess it's not, but it's so much can happen in 10 years' time,
Right.
and you can change so much as a person. And I think no matter who it is, even if it's independent, if you can look back 10 years and go, all right,
I did that myself.
Yeah. My husband said something so cute to me the other day. I was like, I don't know, complaining about myself or something. And he said, look back, what would 8-year-old, 18-year-old, and 28-year-old Jenny think about today's Jenny? And I was like, I think she thinks she's pretty great, and I'm like, having this terrible day, whatever it was. And that's the same thing. You're like, okay, no matter who helped me get there, that's pretty great to be able to say, like, okay, that's pretty awesome.
Right.
And I think same for you, whether it was independent or a mixture of humans, who cares?
Right.
You got here, and that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
We're here.
So let's flash back to young Jessica.
Do we want to?
If you were to look at her similarly to what my husband said, like what would that person would have guessed that you'd be where you're at today?
No.
And how different would it be? Because I mean, the business career is not terribly different,
No.
but just who you are as a person with and outside of your career doesn't, those can be a bit separate.
I don't know. I mean, I often say if I can go back to being in my 20s, I'd do it all over again.
Really?
Like, there's so many things I would change. I
would have guessed you'd been like, she'd be proud as hell and we're good to
I'm
go.
super proud, but
Okay,
at
good.
the same time, there are things that
You'd
I
wanna
think-
change.
Yeah. I mean, professionally, probably not.
Tell me some key ones. Do you want to mention any?
No.
She's like, that is a rabbit hole. We don't need to go down.
No.
Just stuff in life.
Yeah, I think just things I've just kind of fell into the wrong friend pattern or just did what any 20-something-year-old would do.
100%.
And,
I made a lot of dumb decisions in my 20s.
yeah.
The people I hung out with, the choices I made, the amount of
Sometimes
booze I drank, like literally all of these things
But
were a
we have the
problem.
memories.
I know, and or do we? I don't know.
Yeah.
Some things I'm like, did I do that?
Yeah. I think it's just, I'm super proud of where I am. I'm super proud of how I got here.
Yeah.
But there's some choices I probably would have changed. And that's okay.
We've done some questionable things.
Yeah, we have. And I will probably continue to do questionable things. However,
That's okay.
I'm more the mom questionable now. But no.
I feel like all of my friends who have children, I obviously don't, but all of my friends that have children, I have at least once heard them say, I think I'm a terrible mom. And it's almost always for something that every other mom would be like, no, you're not. And almost every other human, including myself, would say, no, you're not. But they're like, Cammie, everybody knows Cammie. She's just telling me, I'm the worst mom ever. I keep forgetting to load my son's lunch money onto his account. And I was like, I don't think anyone does that. Like I've heard several parents that I know complain that they never remember to do that. Same.
Guilty.
So it's like, girl, that does not make you a bad
No.
parent.
Your kid gets fed.
Yeah, he gets fed and he
he's
sometimes
still
eats more than
alive.
you think of, so you don't give him, like, who cares?
And you kept him alive.
Yeah.
Right?
And what's going to happen? He doesn't have lunch.
They'll
They're going to
feed
make
him.
sure he gets fed.
Absolutely.
And if not, still, he's going to be fine. Or just give him extra when he gets home. This isn't 4 days in or anything, right?
And you feel bad, so like, here's an extra cookie.
Yeah. You're like, and I'll do better next time.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
I mean, there are questionable things that obviously any parent thinks of, but
Yeah.
again, just trying to help her see what her future looks like too.
And I'm just trying to do the math. You weren't super young when you had her, so it wasn't like teenage stuff. So that's good. Like you were probably better than maybe 10 years younger, Jessica.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I was 27 when I had her, so
It's
yeah.
perfect.
I don't think 17-year-old me would have been
In a great position for that.
probably not. Still in high school, not so much.
Same. I never wanted kids.
Yeah. I didn't either.
But I couldn't even manage. Really?
But I have her. But
Yeah, of
I
course.
didn't want her.
Yeah, you never wanted kids.
I didn't.
Same.
I'm super selfish with my time and just my own peace, I guess we'll call it.
Okay. Yeah, I love that you said that out loud.
Oh yeah, I mean I'll tell her.
Yeah.
Tell her
I
your
love you to
face.
pieces.
I love
Wouldn't
you
change
to
it for a world.
Absolutely.
But
I didn't.
that was not planned.
Yeah. And I tell her, but I'm glad I have her.
Yeah.
I mean, like my little built-in best friend. Yeah, we do a lot together. She's my little travel companion, so we do all the things.
And is it just the two of you at your house? Because she's your only. Okay, I love this. That's cool.
Yeah. So she's fun-ish. She's expensive.
Kids.
I'm
literally.
I'm taking money.
She's got a GoFundMe made. It's fine.
I will make one.
We need.
Here's my
I think
Venmo,
parents should be
my
able to do like
PayPal.
Patreon, where like Patreon. I see a lot of podcasts these days do Patreon. Like if you love our podcast, obviously we don't charge for it, but you can donate. It's like if you love my daughter and she's not a jerk, you can donate.
Right.
Like give me $5 every time she does something great. I deserve it.
Right. She
Every time
smiles at
she's-
you. Here's $5. 'Cause
Yeah,
that might
literally.
be worth it.
You don't know the other side of this, folks. It might be better to pay the $5.
It might be sometimes, but yeah.
So let's talk about some obstacles.
Sure.
You mentioned some stuff you would maybe change, so maybe those tie together well.
Yeah.
What are some of those big obstacles that you've had kind of placed in front of you through the years, or what have you had to work around? Like you mentioned, your parents having you very young, that was their obstacle. What were some of yours growing up?
I think with my parents being young, they divorced when I was 4.
Okay.
So that was always, it was always a daddy's girl growing up, but I didn't see him often. So I was always with my mom, and I was very angry at my mom a lot. And looking back, it wasn't her fault. Like she did the best she could, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't see that as a kid. But I also had a good.
But I love that you've since seen that,
Yeah.
right? Like we grow up and we see a lot of that stuff that
Yeah.
maybe we missed.
I was very angry. I mean, but again, what teenage girl isn't, right?
Literally, I've talked about it on the podcast before. I remember calling my mom at like 22 and being like, I'm sorry I was a jackass for so long. Because I really was. Like, I was an angry teenager from like, God, I had to be like 13 to like
Probably.
22.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm sorry, that was terrible.
Yeah, I still apologize.
Yeah?
Because now she's seeing it in
Making
my
amends.
daughter. Well, she sees how my daughter talks, and she looks at me, and I'm just like, I'm
so
so
sorry.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I know I did this to you, and I see how terrible
Yes,
it is.
I get it. But so that, and then as I mentioned, just going to college, and I think it was, I didn't necessarily want to go, but I just didn't know what I wanted to do with myself.
Makes sense.
And well, again, we'll date back here. So in the 90s, it sounds so bad when you
I
say
know.
that, right?
Well,
like there was a one.
all the
in
young people
right? They
in the
probably weren't even born.
They really weren't. And were both of you born in the 2000s?
2001.
That was when I graduated high school, 01.
99.
Oh my land.
Yeah. So going into college.
They weren't even
like,
born when you graduated high school. This is not fair.
That's all right. It's fine.
You're amazing at what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't stop doing what you're doing. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. So again, my grandparents being business owners, I kind of just fell into business because it was like the easy degree, right? You can do anything with it. And I think back then, pharmaceutical sales was like,
Oh, I remember.
a big thing.
You'll
to
be
do.
rich and it's easy.
You get a car, you can go golfing, and you get to do all this.
You
and-
snooze everybody for a living.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess they're early on. We knew what I wanted.
See? It was there, young.
It was there. We
It
just
was
didn't know.
there. We didn't know what to do with it yet.
Right.
The 90s didn't know how to handle you.
We'll go into 2000s then, but they didn't know how to handle me. But yeah, so then getting into more of, second and third year of college and doing all these hard classes.
Yeah.
It was tough. So there's one thing I would change, but that was an obstacle. So then it was just, I'm going to work, I'm going to make all the money, I'm just going to live my life and do what I want to do. But then, grandparents passed, it was, you need to finish school. So
Got it.
finished, and then now it's just kind of now been finding my way. And
Yeah, from there.
yeah, and I think in my early 40s, it's like you finally found where like the catapult is finally like dropped, and here we are.
And you feel like you're in the right spot.
I do.
Like
Yeah.
it dropped you in the proper place.
I feel like it's been just personally professionally, it's all kind of just within the last 6 months all been
I feel like I've
unfolding.
seen some of this, and it's just like, I literally, when you were at the chamber, I just thought it was perfect. And I was like, she is perfect for this role. It's perfect for her.
Thank you.
But then when I saw you going to Northwest Indiana ER, I was like, I don't know, that's also pretty great. And I didn't know a ton about that role, which obviously I knew more about the chambers, but yeah, it's the same thing. I completely see all of that, and it just feels like you're kind of getting your groove, and I think it's cool.
I'm not one to sit in an office.
Yeah.
So I love the chamber. I love you, Deanne, but sitting in an office was just really,
Really tough.
difficult when
Yeah.
I like to be with people. Like, I
Yeah,
love
because
to
there's
be
not a ton of
out.
people within the chamber, so you might have some visitors, but it's probably not a ton. It's probably a lot of e-communication until those events happen, which are probably fantastic. You probably love
Absolutely.
doing that, but
Yeah.
it's just then you're in the office making all of that happen, and that's not very outward facing.
Not for me.
Yeah,
No.
totally understand.
Yeah, but it was a ton of fun and a lot of work, but it was, I got to meet you. Had I not been there, I wouldn't
I
have met
know.
you.
We
right?
wouldn't be here today.
We wouldn't be here.
That's a great point.
Yeah. So,
And you had to call and tell me my schedule.
But you were on my screen. Don't forget that.
I loved it so much. For the world that doesn't know that, I called the chamber. I was asking totally a different question.
Right.
Yeah, I was on, what was it? I was on.
You were on my Facebook. I opened up to post something on the chamber website, and here's Jenny's face for the All About the Girls. We'll shout this out.
Yeah.
So you're All About the Girls event coming up.
Yeah, June 1st.
Yeah.
Get your tickets.
So you're on my screen.
I love this.
And you call me, and I was like, oh.
The world is watching.
Yes. Here we are. So then I start asking.
And then
about other things.
she's like, are you coming to this event? And I was like, I don't know. She's like, well, it says you're coming. I'm like, well, you and Cammie know my schedule and I don't, and they just tell me where to go apparently. So thank you.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's rad.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
I knew I liked her.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. That was just really bizarre how that all.
I know.
unfolded.
I saw a gentleman recently, and I had seen him at lunch. And we had emailed back and forth. We had even had a Zoom meeting once, but we'd never met in person. And he literally sat next to me at lunch one day. I was sitting at the bar of Doc's Barbecue. If no one's been there, you should go. It's in Cherville, I believe.
Okay.
But it's fantastic. And he sat right at the bar next to me, and I look over, and we end up talking a little bit. I introduce myself. He's like, no way. And I'm like, no way, that's you. It's hilarious. The next day, I saw him at lunch, or him at dinner, and I walk in for a beer with my friend. My birthday was coming up, so we went to celebrate. And I just look at him, I'm like, are you kidding me? And he's like, I literally just had your Facebook pulled up and I was entering your card information into my cell. And I was like, really? He's like, yes, this is so weird. And it's just like, I'm stalking people
You're in
apparently
the
from the
universe.
internet.
You are in the universe.
I'm just like putting it out there. Everyone
great.
find me.
And I love that, because how else do you do it?
You can't escape me.
I don't want to.
I appreciate that.
I don't want to. Yeah.
We talked a little bit off camera, but I definitely want to talk about it because I think it's just running. I put a lot of almost like stock behind people that run. I just kind of elevate them in my mind. We've mentioned Deanna, a friend of the pod and a great friend of mine, many times is a huge runner. She's trying to do a full marathon in every state.
Oh.
I know. Ooh. She's like 27 in or something. It's insane.
Wow.
Or actually, I think maybe even more now, 28 or 29. Incredible. But we were talking, you are running after this.
Yes.
So God bless you, because it is a Friday and it is in the afternoon, and
Should've
you're
done it
a
this
better
morning.
human than I. This gets me all the time. I'm like, I'll work out tonight. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
So tell me about your running journey, because I think that's every runner or anyone that has been a runner has that story of what happened, how you got into it, and where you are now. Kind of tell us a little bit about it.
I was never a runner. I have always wanted to be.
Okay.
I ran my first 5K in like 2010, 11. I don't know. The doctor's office that I worked for had ended up sponsoring a 5K. I got the free entry, so I was
Cool.
like, I'll just do this. I never ran again. I did the 5K and I was like,
You're like, that was
I'm out.
terrible.
However, my brother and my sister, I love you both. They're both marathoners. So my brother has been running since he was probably just able to walk.
Okay.
Played soccer his entire life, went to school, got a track scholarship, and like he's run the Chicago Marathon every year for a handful of years.
Okay.
My sister has also run the Chicago Marathon a few times. I've always wanted to do a half marathon. So I say that so pretentiously, like it's such a big deal. Like
I think it is.
it is a big deal, but when I look at my sister and my brother,
I understand.
Look at these marathons. God, you're only going to do 13 miles?
So my friends, Deanna included, almost every friend of mine that ever has done a full, they always say, but if you can do a half, you can do a full, right? Do they say that?
Well, not yet. So my sister and I were talking. I did my first 10K on Thanksgiving.
Oh, kudos. How was it?
It was horrible. It was horrible. I think I texted my sister at like mile 4.5, and I'm like, my legs don't want to run anymore.
Can I be done now?
Can I be done? Like, where's the finish line? But I still have a mile and a half to go.
Yeah.
So I finished. My time was not horrible. So we were talking, and I've always wanted to do this half marathon in Indy. So I'm doing the Indy Mini in May. So we talked about doing it. My sister has either just had a baby or she was pregnant. Like, just the timing didn't work out the last few years.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do it alone, right?
No, it's always awesome to have a friend out there with you. Yeah.
So we were talking, and I ended up signing up. I then reached out to a coach he's a running coach.
Okay.
So I've reached out to him, and then he's like, here, let me give you a plan. So now it's
Oh, great.
yeah, so I have to follow this plan,
And today says 5 mile run.
Today is 5 miles. Today is a 5 mile run. But
and how often have you? So you did the 10K. That's 6.
I've done several 10Ks since.
So you've done 5 isn't like a new distance.
This is nothing.
Okay.
I hate to say that. Like
it's a Friday and we don't necessarily want to do it, but you'll be fine.
Right. So my 10K times are getting better. I did a 10K last Saturday with a friend in Chicago. So but I did like my best time then. So it's like okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I run 3 days a week. Sundays are my long days, so I have to run 11 miles on Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot.
And then will you rest tomorrow since you're running on Sunday, or will you do a little baby? Or?
Oh no. Well, I'll just do the gym.
Okay, so you'll work out, but you won't run.
So I do 3 days at the gym and then 3 days run.
Very good.
A day off. So my rest days. My friend is going to listen to this and laugh because at the beginning I'm like, I don't do rest days. Ever. You're never, nope. And now I'm like, when's the rest day?
I need one off.
Please. Yes.
So. And do you have one, like I never work out on Mondays, or does it just depend on your week?
It's generally scheduled for Thursday, but things change and.
Yeah, with what you do.
And it's fine. So we just adjust, but my long run is always on Sunday.
So Monday mornings at the gym is terrible and annoying.
So it's
interesting,
fine, but it is a lot of fun. So by the time this airs, I will have finished.
Oh yeah. So this is the. I'm trying actually because it's in May. Yeah. I think you're going to be my May episode.
I know.
So
I will run May 6th.
Oh yeah, this is the day after.
So I'll be listening to this on my way.
Or
home.
will it be
the day after? It will.
Because that's the first Sunday. Mm-hmm. Oh my Lanta.
I know. So I'm going to listen to this on my way home and laugh my little butt off. Like, oh god.
Oh my gosh. I'm excited.
I am too. So it'll be a lot of fun. And then yes, as you said, like, will I continue? I probably will. My goal is to run the Chicago Marathon next year, not this
24.
year. 24. So we'll see.
I'm excited for you.
I kind of want to get through the half marathon before I say what I'm doing, but
I'm like, me and my friend are talking about doing a half marathon. I've done several halves, never a full, don't want to. Everyone literally always says, but you can do it. And I'm like, I literally can't imagine turning around at if that's the halfway point, I don't want the rest.
Right.
I know how it feels at the halfway point. Why would I do again? No, absolutely not. But we've been talking about maybe trying to do end of this year a half.
Okay.
There's one in Louisville in October, and I was like,
well, let me know.
Okay, yes, because we're also gonna kind of do a girls' weekend in Louisville, so you can join us.
Yeah. So I want to do another half in the fall, and then one in the spring, and then the full in the fall of next year.
And how has your opinion of running changed since you started? You hated the 5K, but now you're doing a half marathon training
I didn't
plan.
hate the 5K, and I've always wanted to be a runner.
Yeah.
I just never had.
It kind of looks cool. It sounds cool on paper.
But training for it sucks.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say that. Like at the beginning, I was very complainy.
Okay.
Yes, again, my friend is going to listen to this, and he's going to laugh at me because.
Well, but if you went out and just did a 5K, you're probably not trained, you're not ready for it.
No, and at that time I was, but I wasn't.
Okay.
But I hadn't run since, I did the 10K in November, but before that I hadn't run since May.
Love that. I couldn't be ready,
it was
I don't think.
Horrible.
Yeah.
So then I started this training plan in February, and like the first couple weeks I was like, oh my gosh, this is brutal.
Okay.
I complained a lot.
And are you running outside?
I am.
Because you prefer it colder.
I do, yeah. So like there's been days it's been snowy, it's been rainy. I'm supposed to run on Sunday and it's supposed to be 60 and rain, but like race day doesn't justify.
It happens either way.
Right?
Yep.
So I have trained a lot in the cold.
Okay.
Which has been my go-to, I think.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Yep.
We're getting into the spring and the summer.
But it seems like you've learned to love it a little bit more.
I have.
Like less complaining, as you put it.
Very much.
Okay.
Like some of my weekly emails are like, no complaints this week. Did your phone get hacked? Because now I'm curious.
Who's this bright, sunny person on the other side of this email?
Yeah, this soft person has emerged. But I feel like the running has really changed my mindset too on who I've always known was, again, in there. And it's weird to say that running has done this, but running has done this.
Interesting.
It
brings it out some.
It does. Well, I'm not going to the gym as much, so it's kind of that balance of I was getting bored at the gym. What else can I do?
And this is something you've wanted to do, so it's probably exciting to fulfill that.
And then to do it with my sister. It's kind of nice that she can do that. My brother can't be there, but it's still really nice to have that support. Like, she's done this a couple times, but like, I can do it with her.
Okay.
And we can celebrate at the end. And,
yeah. And we're jumping around a bit, but I don't care. I don't think you do either. Yeah. No. You mentioned your siblings, but we haven't talked about them yet. Yeah. What's that look like? So, one sister, one brother. There's 3 of you.
So we'll say 2.5. So my sister and I are same parents.
Okay.
We grew up together. My brother is 18 years younger than me.
Okay.
So my dad remarried when I was in high school, and they had my brother.
Got it.
We never really had a relationship because I was graduating high school.
Yeah, you're so much older. Yeah.
Right. Never stayed with them, so we didn't really do things. But again, also I wasn't really at that point in my life not hanging out with my parents.
Mental space. You weren't there to hang out with a new sibling or anything else either.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, not wanting children, it's like I don't know how to justify or be a part of
15. You're 15.
I was 18.
18. Yeah. And you're like, I'm not here for this.
Yeah.
I don't
and not to say that I
own.
wasn't, but I didn't know how.
Yeah.
I didn't know
that's a
how
great
to
way to
do
put it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to do it. My brother's great.
And is your sister older than you or younger?
She's younger.
Okay. So you're the oldest. Mm-hmm. I was going to guess you're the middle child.
No.
Because I am.
No.
Sometimes a lot of times I think the outward-facing person is the middle child.
No, my sister is, she's a professor at a university here.
Okay.
So she got all the math genes.
She took your math.
Oh, all of it.
She took my math
All
skills.
of it, which is fine. But so she's super smart. My brother, I can't say what he does because he'll yell at me, but
okay.
I'm super proud of both of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. So you got a great relationship with both of them. It seems like probably you and your sister are closer just with more time together.
Right.
But so I love that you're doing that together. That's really cool.
It'll be fun. My brother-in-law is joining us too, so it'll be
love
it'll be
this.
great. Yeah.
I'm excited for the photos.
Yeah. My daughter is going down, and then my best friend lives in Indy, so they will be watching from the sidelines because they're not going to do anything.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes the cheerleaders, make sure they have really funny signs that are going to make you smile and laugh. Put them at mile 7,
right?
And then you're going to just be like, it's okay, that was hilarious. And then they can, because that half is so fun because they'll have like entertainment and music and stuff in the miles beginning, but there is a stretch in the middle that's a little sparse, and then like the couple last miles, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah. So it'd be nice to have them somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And then so you probably, with your best friend living in Indy, you probably know all the cool stuff. Then are you guys gonna like go out and party afterwards? Like you got to celebrate, right?
She and I are. So So my sister's bringing my daughter home, and then I love this. Yeah, I haven't seen my best friend in a few years, so it'll be kind of nice to.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll be nice to hang out with her.
And how did your best friend? What happened that your best friend now lives in Indy? Have you guys been friends forever, like high school days?
No, she and I worked together back in the day, and then she and her family, she and her now ex-husband moved down to Indy in 2008. So
okay, so she's been there since, so it's just harder to see each other.
Right. I mean, she's got 2 kids, and then schedules are tough, and
your daughter, that's 3 kids to deal with. That's a lot of schedules.
Yeah. And her kids are younger, so it's kind of like it's fine. But sometimes there's just no.
You make it work. It's just and you're probably, I would guess, the friends that are like, it's like you saw each other yesterday.
Oh yeah, I mean we talk all the time. She was just calling me. That's why I was like,
turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
Stop. Yeah. I mean we talk a million times a day. So
okay, perfect.
Yeah. So
I love those friends in your lives that you can
Yeah.
You need
those.
And
I'm holding on to them. So
it's important.
It is. Yeah.
That's one thing 40 taught me was just. Because I had a surprise party with some close friends, like when you can surround yourself with, if you can look around and be really proud of the group of humans that are around you, that's the best, that's priceless.
Yeah.
Because
I
you
don't
built
have like
that.
a
It takes
group of
time.
friends, which has always been something that like my sister and I talk about this all the time. But like, I don't have a group of friends. Like,
Yeah, we're
have, like,
friends, but like
right.
I'm not in your friend
Right,
group,
right.
Because that's the closest to you.
like I have Danielle and Indy. I've got another friend in Oak Park. I've got a friend here, but like none of us are hanging out together because
You all live, you know.
well, even if we lived here, like it's just we're so different in
Yeah.
our groups that, which is fine. But
Yeah.
I don't have that group, and it's okay.
We have a little group, but we're all weirdos. Same thing. It's like I've got a kind of 2 core humans that, same thing. Those are my closest. Those outside of my husband are the people that know the most about me. And then I've got we've got a friend group. We're not as tight, but we're still pretty close.
Yeah.
And I think that's the stuff that just,
Yeah, it's fun.
I love that. I always love to, and I always say this terribly, so people are eye rolling already, work-life relationship. I think balance is BS.
Okay.
Because balance is whatever the heck works for you,
Right.
right? It's not this. It could be this if that's cool.
Right.
Tell us what that relationship looks like for you. Are you always on? Are you scheduled and sectored? Like, what does that look like?
I mean, we're always on, right?
Yes.
I had learned way back when I was trying to make a name for myself. You know, I was really trying to just dive in and always be that person that someone can call on.
Always say yes.
Oh, I'm still that person. I will do anything once. If I like it, let's go. Like I'm in. I'm going skydiving this summer because why not? Like it's just like I will always say yes. I will always do something once because we have one life, right? Like,
Yep.
And if you're gonna
Literally.
have that opportunity to experience something,
Yeah.
go, right? But it was really causing a shift in my personal versus professional life. So
Okay.
I then kind of like dialed it in, and it was okay. So then joining the chamber, it was okay. We're off. Like I'm off. Now it's sort of the same thing. If it's a really quick email, I'll answer.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
Same.
And sometimes it's easier just to get it done right away, right?
Yeah, because then I won't forget about it later, and
Right.
I won't have to revert back, and
Right.
it'll take me 4 seconds down. It'll save me 4 minutes later.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then I got to go through and did I read that? Did I not read that?
Yeah, did I
answer
mark
that?
it unread? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I am. See, people just.
You're so popular.
I don't know who this is. Cool.
Even new friends.
It's Amazon. I don't know what they need. I don't have anything being delivered. I feel like I've taken a step back into. I'm always on, but there's things that can wait, right?
Great way to put it.
Yeah. There's.
Not everything's a fire that you need to put out.
No. I mean, if there's things that are important, my daughter and I have this, like, we have this rule. If it's not important, just text me. Mm-hmm. If it's very important, then you call me.
So if I get a text, it's at this level, and if I get a call, it's a little bit more urgent.
Oh crap, we're in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of just.
But now do you panic every time your daughter calls you?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
That's my
It's
mom.
when she's
but
home
then
alone.
I
Like when
panic
she's
when she calls me.
home alone.
Okay,
like
good.
that's because she's
like, hey, can I eat these pizza rolls? Is a text.
Right.
Why is
Or-
there a guy at the window? That's a call.
Okay. Realistically, yes, that is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So
Totally understand that.
It's that. So we've got that. So I've really kind of just shifted like what is important and what's not important.
Love that.
But yeah, so that's kind of just the mindset I've taken. I mean, we're always on, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, and with the line of work that we do, like you never know what person you're going to see. I can be at dinner and be like, hey, so who do you use for
Yeah,
XYZ?
that
Or-
thing your daughter hates happens,
Right.
and you know this person, or you see this person
Yeah.
out, or you can mark it with them, or they wanted to meet you, or you emailed them last. Like literally, there's so many
opportunity
things.
is always there,
Yeah.
right? You never. And what's a 3-minute conversation
Yep.
sometimes, right?
And it can make a huge difference, but it
could.
doesn't usually cause a lot of pain.
It doesn't.
Super smart.
Right. So I think that, we're always kind of, I think just in our who we are, we're always on, but
Yeah.
you got to just kind of shift it sometimes. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Great way to put it.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, we're so connected anyways, though. Like, obviously, I mean, I'm connected to my
Yeah,
wrist.
you're looking at who wants to talk to you on your watch.
Right. It's
Yeah.
Amazon because my dog's probably outside. But
We're not delivering this package. Your dog's outside.
put it in the mailbox, man.
Yeah.
Just put it in the mailbox.
This is not custom-made Italian furniture. We're going to be fine.
No. But I mean, we're so connected anyways. Like
Yeah.
technology is just so in our lives
Yeah.
that sometimes I realize I shouldn't answer people as quickly as I do because
Yeah.
they're always going to expect that too.
You're setting expectations instead of boundaries. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's really smart.
So, Yeah, that's
I
where
like
I've
that.
been. I've really tried to shift that in the last few years. Like, stop answering right away.
Yeah.
It's not that important. Someone once told me, like,
I literally love
it's
this.
literally Amazon again.
Listen, Amazon, we're going to need you to take a pause. Put it in the mailbox.
I guarantee it's because someone once said, like, if you call someone and they don't answer, or vice versa, like if someone calls me
And you don't answer.
for something, chances are if you call them back in 5 minutes, they figured it out.
I completely agree with
And
that.
I never thought about that because
if you make yourself always available, they won't figure it out.
Exactly. And I think that's where I was early on in my career. I want someone to always know that they can kind of like call on me for things and
Yep.
they can figure it out. Now we're just in this like, figure it out?
Yeah.
Figure it out. And by the time I do make that phone call, whether it's 5 minutes later, 3 hours later, they've gotten your answer, right?
Yeah. Because they'll go find it. Mm-hmm. But if you're the easiest go-to, then they'll go to you.
Exactly.
Yeah. We talk about it here. Cammie and I think I've even talked about this on the podcast before. Cammie and I have talked about, she'd come ask me a question, and it's a Googleable question. Or you can look in our records as a company or whatever it is, but I'd tell her because I knew.
Yeah.
But that's now my time and your time.
Right.
Or you could have looked and not used my time, just your time, and probably the same amount, right?
Yeah.
So then I just started asking her, like, did you Google it first? And she'd get really mad. She'd be like, no, are you going to tell me? No. Google it. Because then it'll break that habit. And now she uses that with some of her team members as well. Like, did you Google that first? Did you write that thing down? Did you go look here? Like, I could provide it for you, but I'm trying to make you walk on your own.
Right.
You need to be as independent. So go figure it out.
Exactly. And it's at our fingertips. Mm-hmm. Like, literally.
I mean, now with like ChatGPT, you could literally ask it to do or ask it any information.
Yeah.
Like, it'll do anything you need. It'll write you the darn report. It'll write you the email.
Just don't plagiarize.
Just don't. Kids, ChatGPT is not your friend. Also, a lot of times it's wrong, so don't use it.
You might not go
I'm going to
anywhere.
know when you turn in your report because I'm a teacher.
Right.
I don't know. I'm also a little jealous with like the ChatGPT stuff. I'm like, this is unfair.
I had to read books.
I had to read books.
I had to actually bring a book
Not
with
even
me.
the internet. I had to read a damn encyclopedia.
Because when we were in college, like the internet was the boxes.
Literally. And it was so hard to figure out how to use that it was easier to read the book.
Right.
So then I would read the book.
We didn't
And then I had to
have
write the
this at our
report. And this,
fingertips.
literally, I had to check into the computer lab to type.
Literally.
You guys, I already talked about how I just turned 40. It's fine. I'm aging
I'm older
myself,
than that,
but we
so
know.
yes,
So
yes.
it's fine.
Yeah. I've gone back to my college.
Or like what was it? Word processor.
Oh, yeah.
That was
or the floppy disk.
That was ahead of the typewriter, behind the computer.
Yeah. But I recently went back to Purdue and I spoke at a class, and I walked in and I was like, this is a classroom. It used to be the computer lab. Like, there's no computer lab.
Because why would they need it? Everyone has a tablet or everyone has their own laptop
I know.
and they've got the
But
iPad.
it was like aging myself.
Like, why aren't the computers in here?
Why?
Because no one needs it.
Everybody
Like,
had
why?
a computer.
I know.
It was bizarre. But anyways.
Listen.
I know. We're old, right? We're not. We are not.
We are not.
We're seasoned.
I think 40 is the new 30, so technically we're in our 30s.
I love that.
And I feel 25, so really I'm 25, 30-ish.
Perfect.
I just decreased myself 15 years, and look how well I sold that.
I love it. I love it. Because I'm going to go right there with you.
Okay. So
Maybe
here's
not 25, but we'll go into my,
I'm like, well, I just turned 40, but I feel 25.
Right.
So, are I then by association 25?
Yes.
It has to be.
Love it.
So this is the part I told you about. Quick response round. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
So as everybody knows, buzz. You get buzz if you don't answer within 5 seconds.
Okay.
It's a terrible buzzer.
Really loud. Should we put the X toward the camera?
Oh yeah,
so
there we
everybody
go.
can see
Because it
what
even
I-
lights up. It's like very offensive. So if you're not watching on YouTube, you can see this light up. Well, maybe you'll be successful. I mean, these aren't that hard.
I hope not.
All right, first up. Would you rather have telekinesis, the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy, the ability to read minds?
Oh, read minds.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your opinion of me is not my business.
I feel like it's the insecurity in me. Like,
Okay,
I kind of want to
fair.
know what people are thinking. And
And I have like a probably incorrect thought of like, if I knew their opinion, I could change it.
I would change myself.
Or
just-
change me,
Or
yep.
walk away from the situation knowing or not knowing. Yeah.
Well, that thought's terrible, and so are you. I'm out.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I do like that option. There. I'm changing my opinion.
Very good. I didn't want to, but sure.
We kind of talked about this earlier. If the old you could see the new you, what would the old you say?
Keep going.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah. I mean, or
No buzzer needed.
We'll go, I'm proud. I
Yeah.
am proud. So, yeah.
Yep. Would you rather be chronically overdressed or underdressed?
Under.
I would have not guessed that.
Well, I guess it depends on the scenario. Where are we going? Like, what are we doing?
I mean, it would be every time. So you'd have to show up to work overdressed. You'd have to show up to run overdressed. You'd have to show up to events overdressed.
I'd go overdressed.
So it's probably like the Crossroads Chamber Awards would be like a ball gown, and then like running would probably be always leggings, never shorts, or maybe a blouse to run in. I don't know. Listen,
I'm so doing that today.
run in that shirt.
I will change. I will put like a button up on. I'm doing it. You will get a picture from me later. You can add to this.
Overdressed, baby.
Yeah.
Do it. That's
overdressed,
funny.
I think, because you just never know what you're gonna. Again,
you're at
this is
least
where the
worst
always
case.
on.
Yeah.
This is where you're always on. I think overdress. I'm not wearing a ball gown to an awards banquet. However, I will tend to overdo it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like bougie.
Yes.
What woman would want to have you on? What woman would you want to have on your side for a battle royale, fight to the death?
What do you mean?
So who's your team? If you have a fight to the death, it's you and someone else against two other people.
Oh gosh.
What woman would you want that to be next to you?
Oh, I'm gonna buzz on this one. I don't know. That's tough. Go ahead.
Okay. Look, you still don't. Not even time. You just don't have it.
No.
The best answer to date, my opinion, of course, Serena Williams. Or someone actually recently said Martha Stewart, and I thought that was pretty good too.
Can we do Martha Stewart versus like Snoop Dogg and Eminem? Can we do that dynamic? Like
Yeah, but then you're going to have to take on Snoop because he's not going to take on Martha.
That's fine. I can do that.
Okay. She's like, listen, I'm here for it.
Just get him high enough.
And then he'll be so slow, you'll be able to zip around him, and it'll be perfect.
That's awesome. I was thinking more we're gonna like comedy show it, like Chelsea Handler, Amy Schumer.
Make them.
Like,
That's a great idea.
I would.
And then you don't have to fight.
I'm not very funny.
Peace,
but
not war, folks.
You have them in your corner. And there's a new guy I've been following on social, Matt Rife.
I don't know him. No, I'll check it out.
He's
hilarious. Do you guys know?
Yes.
Oh, I love this. They even know.
He's hysterical.
Okay.
So let's. Yeah. But
Okay.
That's where I was going.
I'm in.
Because I'm not funny, but I always like aspire to be around the funny people because it just.
If
makes
I'm
life
around
great.
the funny people, I'm funnier.
I think that's how I am too.
Okay.
Or you get beverages
Or a
and
little
make-
beverage.
Yeah.
This little White Claw over here.
All about the girls.
It's all about the girls.
This is water.
And their water. What is it called? Mommy water? That's a real beverage. It's called mommy water. Have you ever had it?
I've
It's
never
not
heard
good.
of it. Oh,
No
good
offense,
to know.
mommy water, but mom water? I think it's just called mom water. Mommy doesn't feel a little awkward saying.
Sounds weird.
But it's like a White Claw.
Okay.
But it's not bubbly.
Oh, I need bubble.
It tastes like a flat White Claw.
I need bubble. Boring.
And then there's some floral flavors in there.
No.
It gets weird. Yeah, I'm not into
Give me
it.
the flavor. Or the flavor and the carbonation.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
Where am I at? Okay. You now own a billboard. What does it say?
Oh gosh. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What's the good one to date? Because
That's a good one. I don't know off the top of my head my favorite. There's been some good ones. I don't know, actually. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't even know what I would say, honestly. That's a good point. I'll have to look back and see what some of my favorites are. I don't know off the top of my head on that one.
yeah. I'm trying to like find something inspirational, and it's not here right now. Like
I don't know. Like
Just
off the
keep
top of my
going.
head, but maybe it's more current, say less.
so, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people just
It
say
won't
so many
always be like
words.
this.
It
Yeah.
does look up, but then that might be bad for drivers. Like what?
Please don't look up. Please, if you're watching this
If
while
you're
you're
driving,
driving, no.
don't look up.
Or listening to this podcast. No.
Or I'm just gonna put someone's phone number on there that I don't like, which would be super fun.
It's like it's like the old bathroom.
For a good time. No,
Call.
I'm just kidding. Please don't do that.
No one knows my phone number.
So we have these obnoxious napkins, and my friends, of course, at my birthday party, are like, you have to sign it. And I was like, it feels weird. I don't know. Like, I'm not doing that. So I put, for a good time. And they're like, but you actually put your number on there. And I was like, I mean, you also have my phone
You are
number.
my friend.
So it's fine. I did get a dirty message the next day. It's fine.
From a friend or
Yes,
some-
because they did it. I think they did it that day. I wasn't paying attention. Like I walked away and they're like, ha 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 ha. And then they called me and I left a stupid message. It was funny, but I should have expected, really.
True.
You know.
That's
Okay. Would you rather? I feel like I have a booger. Do I have a booger?
You're good.
Okay.
I'm
Thanks. I'm just
laughing. So when I laugh, I have like teary eyes and then my
Me
nose.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
good.
where I am right
Well, you don't have any boogers either. We're fine.
now. Good.
Would you rather have the? I'm sorry, Hayden, for all your future edits. Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
150? I mean, I'm not even going to be alive. So
No.
10 minutes.
And your kids won't either.
No, my grandkids won't even if they're.
Yeah, but that's potential.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. I don't know. I really want to see
Like I want to see a year.
what 150 looks like.
I want to see a year.
It's almost maybe overwhelming, but it could be amazing. Like, oh, at least we're going to make it.
No, I think okay, we'll get a little deep here. I have always been very insecure in my life too. So
Okay.
it's like, and I always want to know, like, I don't like uncertainty. I hate uncertainty.
Okay.
So like when COVID started, it was like,
What is happening?
what is that? Well, and with our jobs, like
Yeah.
marketing, it was
Pure
first thing to
panic.
go.
Yep, I was
What-
pure panic.
What do I do?
Yeah.
And I didn't know how long it was going to
I
last.
literally was like, I don't think I have a job.
I walked in Monday and I said, do I still have a job? And I did, thankfully. But for me, it's always that insecurity of uncertainty. Like that is something I've struggled with my entire existence. I still struggle with it. I'm trying to get better with
Okay.
it. But 10 minutes is not, can we go like a year? Like I want to see a year into the future. Like
That would be awesome.
What does it look like in a year for me?
Yeah, I agree.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, or 5. Or something I might be around for. But then that could also cause anxiety. Because, like, what if 5 years from now, like, my
Is it
husband's
happening?
not in it?
Well,
or, like, what if, like,
that's true.
you don't see someone and you're like, wait.
But it's only about you.
Yeah.
It's only, I don't know. Well, I'm adding to
And
this.
this,
It's only about me.
We only see where we're at. Like, we can look at our lives in
Yeah,
them. Okay,
yeah.
I like that better because I don't want to know the other stuff.
I don't want to know the other side.
Like, I just want to know where I'm at.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
That's what it is.
A year. 10 minutes, but
so
we'll
the
go a
answer
year.
is 1 year.
Wasn't an option, but it is now.
When do you pack for vacation?
2 days before.
Okay,
Ish.
not terrible.
Ish.
I'm like a week before.
It depends on where I'm going and how I'm doing.
Okay.
Most of the time we go to Florida. We have a condo in Florida, so we just do like but we have a washing machine there, so I can pack very light.
Oh, love that.
Yeah. If I'm going away, I'm probably way overpacking, but I need to make sure everything is clean.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
same.
We'll go 2 days.
Okay,
Ish.
like it. What superhero would you most want to be?
Shit. I don't watch. I mean, I'm not much in the superhero, so Buzz it.
I feel like I need to give multiple choice because people don't know. Most people are like, I can't think of a superhero.
Like I'm
And
thinking of Batman,
I don't know what to
Superman,
give you
or
because
Joker.
I
Like,
know.
I don't want to be any of them.
I know. I also don't know very many more.
Spider-Man. No, I mean,
Yeah.
Can it be? What's her name? Jane.
Jane?
What's Spider-Man's?
What's Spider-Man's girlfriend's name?
Jane.
Is it Jane?
Yeah. I mean, I
Is
don't
that
want
his
to be Spider-Man's
girlfriend?
girlfriend, but
Is that what it is?
It's the only female I can think of.
Is she a superhero? Who is
She's
this
not.
person?
Captain Marvel.
Oh, Captain Marvel?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, that might.
That's totally different, but
That's a girl and a superhero.
Booed, like in the movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
I don't know if she
He
is
just said
power-
that.
I'm not a
she's
super-
Power of love.
Yeah.
Power of love?
Got Marvel. I need.
Look, I literally don't
Black
know.
Panther.
This is
Yeah. I don't,
You
know.
know?
I don't do superhero. I don't do much
I don't know, man. Isn't there
stuff like that.
Catwoman.
Oh,
I
no.
Who is it? Catwoman?
Catwoman.
Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman. It's been a popular
But
choice.
I don't know them, so I can't say like I would prefer to do this over this.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't know why I was guessing one if I guessed. It's a
Yeah.
great point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, no, sorry.
That's okay.
2
Buzz.
buzzes, we're good.
That's 3 buzzes.
3.
You Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every song you hear?
Sing.
Sing.
I cannot. I cannot dance.
Are
for
you
the
like
life of me.
Elaine from Seinfeld dance?
Oh, 100%.
Oh my God, I love this.
So let's go back when I was 22.
Okay.
I can dance in a chair. So my friends would put a chair on the dance floor.
And then you're like looking cute,
Yes.
and they're like, just do that because we don't need to do anything
and that's why
else.
they did it.
Really? They're like, this is the best
these
we got.
do not talk. My brain and my legs don't work together when it comes to dancing.
Okay.
Elaine, 100%.
Oh, I love it.
I can't sing, but I can at least.
It's better than the dance.
I know the words,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you know the words, then it's not as terrible as a terrible
And I
dance.
don't care to look stupid that way. Because
Yeah.
if I know the words, I can belt it out. And
And not care.
No.
It's easier to not care.
And
if you
now
know
that
you
it's
can do
nice
it.
out, let's open the sunroof and put on some
100%,
good music. I'm
all day.
yelling.
Oh, scream, sing the whole way home. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so
Same.
I'd rather sing. I don't dance. Nope.
All right, last one.
Okay.
I know the answer. What do you prefer, being extremely cold or hot?
Cold.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about
I'm a
that.
hot person. I mean, as you guys know. I'm just kidding. That was the corniest thing I've said all day.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm hot for sure.
No, I hate heat. You cannot take enough layers off.
You can't.
Like, no, but I can always add. I don't know why. I just prefer cold.
And then I feel like I'm running as like the kid from A Christmas Story. And I'm like, what is this?
I don't own a winter coat. I
Really?
hate. Yes, like coats are not my thing. I would rather just wear a sweater.
And it's not, you never freeze your butt off?
I mean, I'm sure I do, but I don't.
You're like that high schooler that I yell at
I don't
while
wear
driving
shorts.
past them at the bus stop. Where's
Yeah.
your coat?
No, I don't wear shorts though.
I don't wear shorts. You're just perpetually in pants
Yeah.
and a tank top.
Yes, I would prefer to be cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you've done it. You have conquered this beast, and it's been amazing.
Thank you.
You've made
It
me
has
laugh
been.
so much today.
Good.
Thank you for being here.
Happy Friday.
Anything else you want to mention
No.
that we didn't mention?
I don't think so. I
I feel like we got in pretty good.
I think so. This has been fun.
Yeah, I agree. How do people connect with you? How would you like them to connect with you with the company, yourself? Is that LinkedIn? Is that Facebook? Find the website of
Any of them.
Northwest Indiana ER.
We're marketers, right? I'm anywhere.
Google or you'll find her on Facebook. You'll find her
LinkedIn.
on the Northwest Indiana ER and Hospital website.
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
All those things.
Facebook, Instagram, all of the things.
She's all over the place. You got her.
Well, I'm sure I'll get a lot of friend requests after this.
Yeah, go be friends with Jessica. She's rad. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
As she mentioned, June 1st is all about the girls. So this is the last episode to come out before the actual annual event.
Yes.
So please get your tickets. We are almost half sold out right now. So please get your tickets. Join us there. Obviously, as always, please rate, review, follow up the podcast itself. Thanks, Jessica, for being here. And you guys take care.